All right, it's getting hot outside. Mother's Day, May, June's here. We are kind of right in the start of that bulky spring, summer real estate market. Hey everybody, Doug Reynolds here, your College-Glen neighborhood real estate specialist. Been living in and specializing in College Greens, Glenbrook, College-Glen real estate. 15 years now. It's been just an awesome opportunity to work with buyers and sellers in the neighborhood. This is a monthly update. We're doing this for May 2025, and we're going to go over the stats for April and talk about what's going on in the market right now. All right, so I'm excited for this graphic to come up. It's been a long time since we've had a lot of closings, and so here we go. Here's April. All right, as you can see, April, 11 properties closed escrow in the month of April. I cannot remember the last time we had that many closings. It's been probably a couple of years. It was 8 more than we had in March. We only had 3 closings in March and then jumped to 11 closings in April. It was wild. During the month of March, very beginning of April, we just had a bunch pop up on the market and they got gobbled up real quickly. You can see there. Now, we had a smaller fixer going for as cheap as $458, and then we had one of the nicest properties I've ever seen in the neighborhood on Grinnell going for $715. It was listed at basically about $630. It had multiple offers and it went way over list price up to $715. It closed escrow at $715. It was 4 bedrooms. It had a pool. It's in a cul-de-sac. It's in a large pie-shaped lot with RV access. There was an outdoor kitchen. Every single thing in the house was completely remodeled and upgraded. Great location. It had everything you could ask for, and so buyers showed up and went after it. Then going back though, you can see the bulk of our market's in the 500,000 range. Some of the smaller, not as updated things going, around 500, 510. And then the meat of our market is really between that 550 to 600,000 range. You can see most of them closing there. I actually representing the buyer there on that Moss Glen property. Real nice property there with a pool. That went over list price going for 555, and we got, Olivet Court at 557. A large bulk of the sales all happening there. Remodeled, updated, nice properties going in the high 500s. And we also had that one on Fallbrook, really, really nicely updated, going for 615. If you take a look at those days on the market, you can see if it's priced right and it shows well, it's selling within, the first 3, 4, 5, 6 days. If it's a little bit overpriced or it's got something kind of odd going on with it, it takes longer and, probably selling for under the list price there. So, that was an exciting month. I'm a nerd. I thought that was exciting as far as we just haven't had this much activity going on in quite a while. So moving forward, I don't think we're going to have as many closings in May and June as we saw in April. I'm hopeful that we might, but we just don't have as much inventory popping right now as that, but we do have a lot of pendings going on right now. I've actually got one closing this week, and there's a number of other pendings that will be closing in May as well too. It's an interesting time in our market right now as interest rates are still a little bit on the higher side, and not just in College-Glen, but in Sacramento as a whole. We are starting to see the inventory increasing, and so it's this mixture of there are buyers out there, they are ready to go and go after something strong, okay? But there's more available homes right now as well too. And so the houses that come on that are priced right, they show really well, they have good marketing, all those things, those buyers are going after them quickly, and they're writing, at or above list price offers, competing for them. But because inventory as a whole has kind of increased, we have some that aren't meeting that criteria. And so we've got these sort of leftovers that are sitting on the market and they're kind of languishing. So that's bringing up our overall inventory. And buyers aren't real thrilled to go after those ones. They're either overpriced or they're just not great condition. If that's the case, the price really needs to come down in order for those buyers to go after it right now. So it's this mixed bag. If you're a seller, you really want to be in this first category here. You really want to have the success of feeling a seller's market, and having a couple of offers to negotiate with and go through, and a smoother escrow process, selling for top dollar. If you start too high, you're really going to be kind of one of those ones that are languishing and sitting on the market and needing to really bring their price down to kind of attract a buyer. If you're a buyer, you got to be ready to go strong and go after it, but at the same time, circle back to those ones that have been sitting on the market for a while. There is some stuff out there as far as things that were missed, looked over. The seller is realizing, hey, I've been on the market for 30 days. I pretty much need to lower the price. If you send them an offer before they lower the price, it's already in their mind of like, yeah, well, I needed to lower the price anyways, type of thing. So mixed bag there. Kind of just some advice for both sellers and buyers in this market. But yeah, really exciting beginning to the spring market. Hopeful that we can carry this momentum through the end of spring and in through summer and kind of have more sales volume going on in College-Glen. I know, like I said, I got one closing this week. I have a couple more probably coming on the market in the next couple months as we're getting them ready to go as well too. So there is more inventory coming on. Be ready for it. If you're looking to connect with me either as a seller in the neighborhood or a buyer, check out my website, collegeglenrealestate.com, and give me a call, a text, or an email, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Hope you're having a wonderful spring and clear skies.